Fortnite Chapter 4 secretly revealed what happened to the Foundation, what Amy will look like as a skin, and a ton of other Easter eggs. But let's start off with the mysterious substance named kinetic ore that we can now find on the island. Believe it or not, the first time we've actually seen this substance was in the Chapter 2 Season 5 trailer when John Jones makes his way to the loop. It seems that the Imagined Order was able to make panels out of these and actually program them to use the energy efficiently. And funny enough, this kinetic ore is actually codenamed Fortanium in the files, so it's clearly a similar substance to vibranium from Black Panther. And it gets even crazier than that, guys, because if you compare what this substance looks like, it's almost identical to the effect the Cube Queen has on her skin. So we'll get into more of that later, but it turns out when we go to first person mode in the trailer, this isn't only a reference to the Doom video game, but it now looks like this indeed could be confirming first person mode. So here's a little taste of what that will look like in Chapter 4. And since we already have so many things coming out in December, I don't know if we can expect it this month, but I definitely cannot wait to get my hands on it. Unfortunately though, guys, I have some bad news because it looks like Fortnite has completely removed Klombo from the files. So he literally does not exist in Chapter 4 right now. I'm sure they're safe though because they disappeared before the last island got destroyed. So we'll just have to be on the lookout for any hints of their return. And if you were wondering what happened to the Peace Syndicate during the live event, it does look like Evie and Twin did survive and make it to the Chapter 4 island. And when you go up to Evie as Twin, she will say, "Things have soured, we'll have to improvise." So honestly, to me, it does not sound like she's too happy that Paradigm and the 0 Point were able to reconstruct Reality Zero, because she'll also say, "You should see where I'm from, it's beautiful chaos." And obviously the island is relatively peaceful right now, so she definitely doesn't like that. And finally, her NPC description has changed. It says, "Secure Peace Syndicate message intercepted. If your report is correct, Evie, there's no time for plan A. You have clearance to improvise. From X." So we still don't know who X is, and I guess we'll just have to wait and see what kind of plan Evie puts together. But anyways, guys, I'm sure a lot of you guys have spotted this mysterious metal hatch in the middle of the island. And well, if you stand near it, you'll hear some weird sounds. And this sound in the files is related to the 0 Point, so it is safe to say that the 0 Point is underneath this. I mean, this part of the map lines up perfectly with where the 0 Point was in the live event, so it all makes perfect sense. But if you take a look at the markings on the door, it looks like some sort of planetary alignment, and the only connections I could find was first to this rap named Planetary that looks pretty similar, but I don't think the planets line up exactly, so I'm not sure to read into it too much. But it also looks very similar to the icon of the storm mark augment, so this suggests to me that the alignment of the planets affects the 0 Point, which then affects the storm. And then you could go deeper into like the Greek mythology since the map is codenamed Asteria, but I'm not going to go too crazy in this video. Let's move on to another interesting NPC dialogue for when you go up to Scrap Knight Jules as the Ageless. She says, "It's an honor to be working with your Rift Warden, Your Majesty." And even her NPC dialogue mentions the Rift Warden. It says she's willing to work with anyone who can teach her about the new tech on the island, even the Oathbound and their mysterious Rift Warden. So as far as I know, these are the only two mentions we have of the Rift Warden so far. So I have no clue what they look like, but we do know that the Ageless is the leader of the Oathbound. And judging from their logo, it looks like an earlier version of the Imagined Order. We know the Aegis is just a snapshot of Geno, who at some point, of course, ends up being the leader of the Imagined Order, so it makes perfect sense. We're also pretty certain that the Chapter 4 island right now actually takes place back in time before even Chapter 1, 2, or 3. Donald Mustard, the chief creative officer at Epic Games, actually tweeted that Fortnite will never be finished. The whole idea is that it's a living, breathing place. But what you are experiencing today is so much closer to our earliest Imagined Order than ever before. I hope you love it. That said, we are still just getting started. So yeah, that seems like a pretty clear answer to me, but that's not the only Easter egg having to do with the Imagined Order, because it turns out in the files, there is actually an Eliminate Sloan accolade already. And I'm like 99% sure these accolades are only for specific seasons. So it looks like Sloane could be returning at some point this season. We've already seen a couple variants of her in the Fortnite skin surveys, so I wonder which one is going to appear first. Moving on, if you guys head over to Faulty Splits and locate the bowling alley, you'll notice it is very similar to the Bonnie Bowl from Five Nights at Freddy's. And to really cement this Easter egg, they literally have a huge painting of a bear on the wall. Nearly 2 years ago, there was a rumors of this collab happening, but then the owner of Five Nights at Freddy's shut that down, saying it wouldn't happen in 2021. Since we're almost in 2023 now, maybe it can finally happen. Next up though, I'm sure you guys have seen the mini rift events that occur around the map, but I needed to show you guys this one where there's a line of characters waiting to get into a porta potty. This is absolutely hilarious, and it is definitely my favorite rift event. And did you guys know that these were technically first introduced in Chapter 1 Season 5? Obviously they weren't as cool as they are now, but I just thought I'd let you know. Also guys, I'm sure you've seen the Masai skin in the Battle Pass is skater themed, so do you think they'll finally introduce skateboarding as part of the game? It seems like it would be the perfect time and that they're kind of hinting towards it. And did you know that the Beachy Bluffs landmark on the southeastern part of the map is actually an Easter egg reference to Craggy Cliffs from Chapter 2? Craggy Cliffs was originally named Beachy Bluffs before they changed it for some reason, and now one of the buildings has made it to the Chapter 4 island. Not only that, in this building you can find a painting of a new car we've never seen in Fortnite before, so I wonder how long it's going to be before we're able to use one. Moving on, if you've done the first quest line this season, you'll know that Amy is interested in building herself an exoskeleton suit out of the kinetic ore, and it turns out Fortnite may have already revealed her in a previous skin survey. Both of these skin concepts look like they could fit the description of Amy, so let me know which one you think it is. And if you want this skin when it comes out, I give 5 subscribers every day who drop a like, turn on all notifications, and leave a comment with their epic ID. If you plan on buying it anyways, please just take 2 seconds to put Doom in the Fortnite item shop next time you log on. It is my one Christmas wish this year. Anyways guys, when chickens were first added to Fortnite, everyone saw that as a potential Zelda Easter egg because of its similarity to the feature in that game. But now that Fortnite has added these rock and ice statues of frogs around the map, people think this could be hinting towards a Zelda collab too, because these frog statues actually exist in Zelda Breath of the Wild. I really hope Nintendo allows this crossover to happen because it would be insane. Another potential Easter egg is that this lone block of ice at the edge of the map that has a building with the painting of the original desert island Jonesy was stuck on. And then right next to it is a smaller piece of ice that features inflatable palm trees that could also be a reference to this same island. And I'm sure everyone has seen the giant Cuddle Team leader head in the ground, but right next to it there are a couple cranes that have blocked off the road and are digging into the mountain. We're gonna have to check up on this area every update to see if they find anything special. Hopefully they find the original pump shotgun hidden in there, because right now there's a glitch when you open your inventory. The icon for Maven's auto shotgun actually shows up as the original pump icon. I don't want to get everyone's hopes up, but come on Fortnite, you gotta make this happen. Everyone will love it. Something I didn't expect to return is the Vecna grandfather clock from Fortnitemares. The clock is indeed still upside down, but I'm not sure why they'd add it to this house, because clearly Fortnitemares was the time for Vecna to arrive at the island, so I don't know what's going on here. And personally, I'm not sure how I feel about this next Easter egg, but some people think that the giant ice cave on the map is in the same shape as the Devourer's skull. I kind of see the resemblance, but it's definitely not perfect, so I guess we'll have to see if the snow starts melting to know for sure whether it matches up. Moving on, I'm sure you all saw the deployable shield item in the trailer, but maybe you didn't know this is actually stolen from Overwatch, because a character named Reinhardt has this same exact ability. I wouldn't mind a formal collaboration with Fortnite and Overwatch because there are a ton of potential cosmetics that people would definitely love. I think the art style and overall character design fits perfectly with Fortnite, so I really hope this happens one day. But anyways guys, there is a good chance the Foundation is still alive, because in an unreleased loading screen named Fusion Point, we can see the Foundation statue floating in the background, which means the 0 point is probably gonna bring it into our island at some point. Hopefully this means we'll find out what's behind that mysterious door, but I would assume that's where he was hiding when the event went down. The fact that he didn't come to help the Paradigm makes me think he could be with the Last Reality, since there was a deleted scene in the trailer that saw a Last Reality ship try to take the 0 point at the very end. Oddly enough, I think Geno came to the rescue to help Paradigm, and that's why he left the Ageless here as a snapshot to run this island. Let me know what you guys think, but a little side story that's going on right now is the disappearance of this member of the High Stakes Club from the crew pack loading screen, because when you talk to the Halsey NPC as Joni, she'll say, "I hope he's safe. He's never been out on a hunt this long." And if you guys didn't know, all 3 of these characters are vampire hunters, so it's very likely we're gonna run into some vampires at some point in chapter 4. But thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like if you learned something new. Subscribe if you want to see some more awesome videos. And if you're bored, I've got another video for you to watch right here.